Yo guys, what's going on? Today, I have an absolutely awesome trick for you I just learned myself recently, and that is the advantage of seeing through shadows, especially Molly Smoke in CSGO. This will help you spot players so much better, and it will also remove all of the dark spots on the map, making players stand out more whether you're playing in stretched res or normal res. It will just make the game overall a lot easier to play, removing all of those shadows that would normally hide some players. Now, a quick disclaimer before I start the video, this is only for Nvidia users. If anyone knows how to do this for AMD, please do comment down below in the description. I am not an AMD user, so I have no idea how you guys would do this, but yeah, let's get right into the video. Now, before we go into CSGO and actually apply these settings, we have to make sure that they are turned on. So first of all, you're going to want to come down here to click search and type in GeForce Experience. It should pop up right after you type in Jeff. Click on this and it's going to open up the home page to your GeForce Experience. This is basically the program that will control your GeForce or Nvidia graphics card. If you don't have this program, you need to make sure you download this. I'll leave a download link to this program if you don't have it down in the description below. You need to make sure you get this. It is super awesome, helpful program to have. Anyway, once you open it up, you're going to want to come up here and click the settings tab. From here, make sure you have enable experimental features enabled. Click this check mark. I already have this enabled, so I'm good to go. But if you guys don't have this check marked, you need to make sure you check mark that. Once that's done, you can literally just exit out of this program. Now, I quickly jumped into an offline match just so I can show you guys exactly what this does. Basically, Nvidia has the option to play with HDR in-game. Basically, if you guys don't know, HDR is a setting that kind of helps with shadows in-game. It will either make those shadows equivalent to the brightness of everything else, and it will just equalize everything out so there's no significantly dark spots and significantly light spots. It's super nice to have, and it doesn't distort or pixelate your game at all. Also, this is what allows us to be able to see through these dark spots and just make players more visible. To do this, first of all, you're going to have to press Alt and Z at the same time. This is going to activate GeForce Experience in-game. Now, I'm going to have to do this next part in windowed, so it's going to look a little bit weird for you guys, but the only way I could get this GeForce Experience pop-up to record was through windowed, so if you guys are triggered by this, I apologize. Anyway, once you press Alt and Z at the same time, you're going to want to come over here to where it says Game Filter. Click on this. Basically, now this is going to open up the filters you can apply in game. All you got to do from here is under styles, click which preset you want to use. I'm going to go ahead and use 3 and then add filter right here. The filter we're looking for is details. Click details and immediately you can see my game changes and it actually looks really weird right now. If we open up this tab right here, this little arrow, it's going to show us all the sliders we can use to adjust different details in the game. The details not only include HDR toning, but also clarity, sharpness, and bloom. Again, the one we're focusing on right here is HDR toning, but feel free to mess around with these other controls because they actually do some really cool things in game. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the sharpening and also the clarity for now, but I am going to leave the bloom on because it does help a little bit with brightness in the game. And again, like I said, HDR toning is the one we're focusing on. Go ahead and turn this up all the way to 100%. And immediately you guys can see the shadows under palace and also in sandwich and even A main or ramp area is very brightened up now. There are almost no shadows there. You can clearly see what's in there, especially A main from the look of it if you look right where my crosshair is. Super awesome trick. It helps everything look so much better. Now, personal preference, I would probably bump up sharpness just a little bit so your game was a little bit sharper, and I'd also bump up clarity a little bit, maybe just a smidgen. Bloom, I'm gonna leave where it is, and yeah, overall this makes the game look so much better, and now you can actually see these shadows. Now, as you guys can see right now from this before and after, it really does make a massive difference. It's actually kind of crazy how big of a difference it is. And once you go in game and play around with this, it makes the game so much better to play. Like I said, it allows you to see through Molly Smokes a lot easier. It's super awesome. And yeah, overall, everything just becomes a lot easier to see, and it's a massive advantage in game. Now, keep in mind, this may decrease your graphics performance slightly. So if you start to lag because of this, I would just highly suggest either turning down the settings or turning it off in general. But overall, for most people, it shouldn't cause a problem. Now, I do just want to note, you will not get banned for this. I've had people ask me about stuff like this before, if they'll get banned for it. You cannot get banned for changing settings. These are just settings you would change in game. These are okay to change. This is not considered cheating or hacking. You are perfectly fine to do this. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much how you are able to see through shadows in CSGO. So if you guys did enjoy and I helped you out, then make sure you guys slap that like button and subscribe if you are new. And if you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and drop them in the comment section below or hit me up on Discord. My server is also linked in the description. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.